This is No Man's Sky. I'm Diamant. Welcome to episode 11 of our Fresh Start playthrough. We're having a look at our base to start this episode. Essentially, there's really only two things we have left to do to kind of close out Season 1 and then maybe start a Season 2 in the mid-game. And those two things are to finish up the base. In other words, get all of the basic services, crafting, harvesting, installed that we want. The kind of things that we're going to need on a daily basis to support us as we're getting past the beginning stages of the base. Or beginning stages of the game, excuse me. You're going to notice at this point, first of all, we're no longer powered on. So, my little setup at this point with 2 solar panels and 2 batteries is not going to last through. I think that maybe have gotten me through half of the night before it actually depleted. So what we're going to need to do first today is set up much larger and more permanent power supplies. Now, before I do that, I'll kind of show you some of the work that I've been doing on the base since the last episode. Get back to our camera. And you'll notice this building was completely... Oh, the sun coming up now. This building was completely hideous the last episode. So, I mean, it's nothing incredible right now, but it looks much, much better. Now, I managed to reconfigure so that I could fit in all of my storage facilities. So, this is all 10 of them lined up. We're able to access all 10 of them, which is fantastic. I did some more, and I'm trying to get it around. Actually, let's get out of the camera. That'd be a lot easier to see if I do that. I did some more of the main story quests. In other words, these crafting panels and stations that we were setting up last time, I went ahead and got all 4 of them set up. What we're on now is the farmer. You're gonna notice we need a lot more lighting in here, which that'll get taken care of. We installed some lights, but we don't have any power to them. But anyway, we're on the farmer now. So what we want to do, we don't want the farmer to be here. We want him to have his own area. So I think a little bit further down in the valley, maybe right where that cursor is there, we're gonna set up a series of greenhouses. Now, if I remember correctly, I think that there's somewhere around 12 to 16 different things. I'm gonna go take a look. With about 12 to 16 different items that you can use these on. Let me see here. The very first thing the farmer did is he gave us these hydroponic trays. So we're gonna set up several of these, probably 4 different buildings of them so that we can harvest and craft everything. It'll actually start helping us make a lot of money, and it'll give us all of the resources we need to where we don't have to worry. We don't have to think about it or worry about it anymore. But the first thing we're gonna need to do is get some power up and running. So I've got a beacon set over here, and this is where we're gonna set up our power. So I'm gonna head on over there and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so what I did is I used the survey scanner to find a power source. Let me switch over to there. That way you can see what this is. So this is an electromagnetic hotspot, and it's actually an S tier, which is absolutely fantastic. Right here, we're at about 82% strength. So that should be more than enough. And we're gonna stack several, and I'll show you. I might be able to... No, we can't. We're very close to our base. Let me see where the base is. About 400 meters away. We're essentially gonna extend our base over to here, and then we're gonna build our power generators right in that spot. Now, if I remember right, I think it's about 300 meters is where you have to be. Basically, I'm gonna pull up this menu and it's gonna give me the full suite of items to build, as if we're standing in our base. So that says 300 meters. Yep, there it is. Okay, so how far can I go? Here. Here. And right there, okay. Now we're gonna need stations anyway, because you need to route power. back to our base once we get these set up. So we're gonna keep it. This is gonna be ugly, but we're gonna touch it up. We'll touch it up later on. So we'll stick a wooden panel here. We'll even dress it up. Oh no, never mind. Actually, that's too small. We're gonna do the regular size, the larger sized wooden panel. Yep, a whole flooring panel. Doesn't matter that much, but I would like... And actually, you know what? I'd rather not go down that hill. So let's do this. Put a wooden panel here. We might as well just use batteries. Since we're gonna want some power storage. Although that does seem like a bit of a waste. So now what we're gonna do, we know that the base ends here. Unless this trick doesn't work anymore, but I'm not aware of them actually changing any of this. So now what I'm gonna do is go here, wooden floor panel, go back to the camera, and there's gonna be a camera limit. There we go. So that's as far as we're able to go. But it's not bad, so we're gonna stick put something right here. We're gonna put down now, I should still be able to build all of the same structures on here, if I can actually find what I was looking for. Here we go. Batteries, jeez. We're almost out of condensed carbon, which is fine. I mean, we don't need tons and tons of batteries. I'll probably just use lamp posts after this, that way I can conserve some resources. So, now, you'll notice we weren't able to build here before. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that extended our base again. So now we need to find the new border of our base. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. And that's gone, okay. So we're gonna put another... I think this is just... Yeah, we're just in the base, so we're fine. So let's do another wooden flooring panel here. Or actually, no, I'm being dumb. We're still in our base, so it won't matter. So then let's get to here. We actually should, since the barrier will be over here, we should be able to just go ahead and put our flooring down. We want this to be a decent-sized little platform. And we'll dress it up later. Okay, now if I head over here... There we go. So we've extended our base again. Alright, so these are what we want. Electromagnetic generators. So, how much magnetized ferrite do I have? I stockpiled a little bit of it. Okay, good. So we got about 2,000. So we have plenty. I think maybe... And this is probably going to be overkill, but we're going to do like 10 of them. And we want to stick to this little spot here, because it's like, if I'm scanning, let me get over here. Sorry if I'm over-explaining this, but just kind of show you guys what I'm thinking and trying to do here. Like right now, the field strength is 81%. If I start walking over here, notice the field strength lowers. The highest we're ever gonna get for this spot is 83%. So we want to put as many of the generators in that strong field spot as we possibly can, if that makes sense. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do maybe a row of 3, and then we're gonna stack on top of them. They won't be perfectly lined up, but they'll be good enough. Like, I'm not gonna get too OCD with all this. Now we need to get this connected to our grid. We can pick up the save beacon, because we don't need to mark this spot anymore. So now we've got 3 of them there, and they're generating tons of power. But we need more. Now this might take me a couple of tries, because I'm not perfect at it. Okay, that looks like it's lined up nicely. Go forward. Forward. What I'm trying to do is line up directly on top of it. So that you can't even tell. It almost looks like it's supposed to work this way. Which, I mean, people have been doing this for a long time, so technically... They haven't fixed it, so technically this is how it's supposed to work. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Then, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna get to... Oops, I need to go forward just a bit. Line it up nice and even. Then go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's gonna be... Well, anyway, let's take a look at those tellers. Let's see if I actually lined it up correctly. From that side, it looks pretty good. And then from this side, no, it doesn't. You can tell it slopes over. Ugh, that's terrible. Alright, cool. We're gonna give it another shot. Let me get rid of these, and then I'm gonna give it another shot, and we'll see if we can line it back up. Okay, well that's not bad. It's not perfect, you can see little tiny differences, but it's not anything I'm gonna stress about. Nope, looks pretty good. I think we'll wire it up. Oh, and speaking of frigates, you'll notice, let me give first person view so you can actually see it. You can see the silhouette of my freighter up in the atmosphere there. If we fly up, it's sitting right there, and I've got my frigates all around it. I love that that's the case now. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna need to do is wire these up. So we've got to wire them, basically wire them together so they're all in the same circuit. And then we need to route the wiring back over to the base. And I've got the portable refiner over there cooking up some condensed carbon so that we can just use batteries the whole way. You gotta line them up so that it actually looks good. It'll take me just a minute to get these wired up, and I'll bring you guys just right back. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we've got all 3 of them wired together. Now we need to... Oh, see, I don't want to go all the way. Yeah, see, there's a certain maximum length for the wiring that you can do anyway, so... yeah, let's get another platform built. Ooh, there we go. Yep, that worked. It's lighting right up. Now these are running. They never stop operating, so it doesn't matter. Day and night they'll be up and running. We technically don't even really need these oh, that's the limit. Oh, you'll notice too, like, see that little... Once you hit the limit, it'll tell you the limit of your camera drone. Is it too far away? Nope, just enough. Now the wiring disappears, you're gonna notice. Like, the wiring's not there any longer, and that's because... I'll show you when I get back to the base. There's like a little wire cloaking device you can use to cover everything up, which is great. Now, I think batteries are kind of nice to use for this because they'll store a charge, which just in case something happens, your base doesn't completely shut down. I mean, it's pretty rare in this game. It's not like we're getting, you know, invaded or anything like that, but if the base does shut down for some reason or these things get knocked out, the batteries will have enough juice. It also, now that we've extended the base, now that the base is a much wider area that it covers, we can actually build stuff in either direction and use these electrical connection points to go off in that direction and provide power. So it's a really, really nice electrical grid that we're kind of establishing just because we're using these batteries. Alright, and now we've got it back to the base. You're gonna notice we're not gonna hook them up to... We're probably gonna get rid of these solar panels, to be honest. Why can't I connect to there? Is it too far? Oh, object too close, okay. So we're gonna hook it right into these batteries. And there we go. Just like that, the whole base lit right back up again. Yep, all the interior lighting here. This building, this is a little empty right now, but we've got some lighting installed, put some lighting on the floor, so now it's easy to get to all of our storage containers. And we can see them at night. Then from in here, this place is much better in terms of lighting than it was before. Next thing I want to do is, I want to dress these up a little bit, because, alright, there's a hole in the ground. Because this little platform, this looks absolutely terrible, so I'm gonna dress this up really quick. There we go. See, this is what I tend to do with these. I almost turned it into like a little maintenance hut. It just looks... It's kind of corny, but it looks way better having a bunch of these stationed or placed throughout the countryside instead of a battery just exposed to open air. So let me touch up, let me get all the rest of them, and then we'll come back to the main base. Alright, so that's our power setup. I think 9 generators should be more than enough at this point. Actually, I think it'll actually tell us what the draw is, if I remember right. Yeah, that's our power storage. Now, I don't know if that's actually what we're generating, but anyway. This is what we're generating. 3,000 is available. We're only using 100 right now, so we're good. Maybe at some point we need to expand it. If we do, we'll add maybe 2 more rows, but we should be good. Like, in my opinion, as you're looking for mining spots, power nodes, things like that when you're building bases, I wouldn't stress too hard about finding S-class nodes. They'll obviously produce more, but the Bs and As are going to produce more than you ever really need, for the most part. Unless you have some massive complex. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna need is to get started on our greenhouses. Now, there should be... We should be good to build here. I almost don't want to get rid of the green grass because it looks so good, so we're gonna get down to this, like, plain, boring stuff. And what I'd like to use is, and I opened these up just a little, you can tell I haven't even used them yet, is these biodomes. I want to use these for the harvesters, for these hydroponic trays. I should be able to get, now I'm going to build one of these biodomes and see what it looks like, but we should be able to get at least 4 of them in a biodome. Hopefully more. Let's see, if I just put one just wherever, like right here. And we're gonna have to figure out how to solve that problem. Actually, what we'll do is we'll use the... Let me see if that'll actually work. So if I end up with... I haven't done this a whole lot in No Man's Sky. A lot of games have this, but... The terrain manipulator, so if I'm creating terrain... And I don't need it to be huge. Okay. Probably needs to be prettied up a little bit. But that's not bad. Like, I can build terrain around it. Alright, that should do it. Let's have a look here. We still haven't done our carbon yet. We'll do that in just a second. But this is our power, so we've routed power down to our farmer's office, essentially. We've got the teleporter here. We're gonna link up the teleporter in just a second. But we've got all of our biodomes built at the moment. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10 of these things built. That should be it. That should do it. Obviously, if we need more, we've got plenty of room. Power-wise, let's have a look. I don't think we're consuming much. No, we've got plenty of room. We're using 614 and I've got 3,000. Yeah, we're good. Alright, so let's finish up our carbon and go from there. Now, we're not going to be able to, with these biodomes, I'm not going to be able to plant anything in them just yet. I need the base product for it, which we haven't gotten the blueprints for. But we're ready to go once we get it. We're going to have 10 of them, so we'll have 10 different plants going at the same time. And these biodomes will hold 16 apiece. And they're really nice. All I'm going to have to do is walk in, hit harvest all, and these should resprout, I think, every day. But anyway, often enough that we don't have to worry about picking plants any longer. So let's get our carbon up and running here. Okay, so that gives us something of a greenhouse look to it. We're gonna need to get this powered on. For now, this should work. I could technically fit a few rows in the center too, but I think we'll stick with this for now. So let's get this wired up real quick. Okay, so that's all the wiring basically done. The other thing we're gonna actually need, and I forgot about this when I was setting this up, is gonna be lighting. Let's do just lighting on the floor. So we'll do like one row of lighting in the center, and we'll see if that actually covers it and looks good. Alright, so that's power to the room. Let me make sure. I believe I should be seeing a green dot on every one of these. Which I do. Are they ready to harvest now? Oh, they are. Let's see what we're gonna get. Now, I don't know if there is an option for me to put in something that'll let me harvest the whole room. I don't think that's a thing here, but... So these should spawn every like 10 or 15 minutes. But that gives us an insane amount of carbon. Yeah, so carbon, we're done. We can harvest this as much as we want to, get a kind of a shot in the arm with carbon every single day. So I think that takes care of our greenhouse area. Let me take one last look just to kind of overview and make sure we got everything. Alright, this looks pretty good. And for guys that are still watching, I appreciate the support. It's been kind of a chill episode. We just wanted to get our base squared away. I think I need another set of steps right there just to even that out and make it look good. We're gonna, like I said, this is carbon, and we're on a paradise planet, so we're gonna leave this as an open space. Now, for these greenhouses, we've got, or biodomes, we've got 10 of them right now. That should do for now. We might run into a scenario at some point where we're gonna need a couple more, but 10 should be more than enough to get us started. Now, I think the last thing we're gonna need is to activate this teleporter. Once the teleporter is active, then this whole area is set up. So let's get that taken care of, and then we'll test it out. Now for this, I'm pretty sure, let's find the core. This is your cable. So all I gotta do is link 2 of them together. So I should be able to touch this one, and then we're gonna run up the hill, and we're gonna touch the one up here at the top. All right, here we go. So we're gonna attach it to this one. Oh, did I already I was experimenting with this earlier, so it must be... Let's see if this actually works. No, it does not. All right, so let's reset this, and we'll try this again. We're gonna delete it. We're gonna reinstall it. I think from me experimenting with it earlier, it had a wire attached to it, so let's fix that. This should be the right way to face. We're gonna need to power this on. Just attach it just right here. So that gives it power. Okay, so now we're gonna run right back down the hill and do the same thing. Okay, that seems like it's available. Okay, so those 2 should be connected now. And yes, all my wiring disappears. I wonder if this'll stick around. Anyway, let's check the teleporter. Oh, perfect. So this takes us up to the top of the base. Oh, everything's gonna take a second to spawn in. Yep, there we go. And then this should take us right back down to the bottom. Perfect. Now we'll build, as this place gets bigger, we're gonna build more and more of these, so I think what we're gonna do is call that a wrap for the episode. So basically all we've done this episode is build up our base. We are all set. We should have everything that we need to go right into the mid-game and beyond. So I think what we're gonna do next episode is we're gonna go out, we're gonna build up our hard drive. Actually, let me go back to the ship really quick. Very nice. Oh wait, that didn't work. What happened? There we go, worked that time. You're gonna notice our ship. hyperdrive wise, we only have the basic hyperdrive. We don't have any real upgrades for it. We've got some range extenders, but we don't have much of anything that's going to let us get to other class systems. So we can get to red stars. We built that a few episodes ago, but we're gonna need blue and purple upgrades so that we can actually go anywhere we want to. So next episode, what we're gonna do is collect all of the resources we're going to need for these biodomes, and as we're doing that, we're going to be hopping around from system to system to get the resources to build up our hyperdrive. Once we're finished with that, I figure that might take about maybe half to 3/4 of the episode. We'll dust off the rest of the story quest, the MSQ, and at the very end, we're going to need to decide where our next destination is going to be. So hopefully you guys will tune in for that. I appreciate all the support I'm getting. I am super grateful for it. The one thing I need is more subscribers, so if you guys are still around, definitely hit subscribe. That's going to help me out quite a bit and get me to the next milestone. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.